How's it going, everybody? It's me, Elding here, and I am in my Tier 8 American Medium, the Pershing. I'm actually in a Clan Wars this battle, and I'm with, 14 other clanmates, and we're on steps. We are on the south side of the map, which means we start in J7, J8 area where our base is, and my goal here is to spot the enemy team. That's my goal for the first couple minutes of the fight until we figure out where the enemy team is going, so that way I can either flank or fall back to help defend from the push if they go down the 1 or 2 line. We have a team of heavies and some mediums leading up the right flank, and then we have our TDs, tank destroyers, and our sniping heavies sitting along the H line right by our base. Right there, just take a random shot at the Indian Panzer. We're just getting up here to this rock. It's my favorite spot in this map for this Pershing. With the view range, you can spot just about everyone. I get 4 spots right off the bat, and there's the 5th with the AMX 5100, the Tier 8 French heavy. And they have a lot of heavy tanks sitting at base right now, and a medium. Luckily, what I'm doing right here is I'm just getting spots for artillery to put some pressure on them so that they stay back and don't get the spots that they need. So right now, I'm just kind of sitting, holding my ground. I can't really take much enemy fire unless they proceed outside their base, in which they'll be laid to rest by our sniping line along the base. So they have a Type 59 going up that C8 area, trying to get spots down that line where our heavies are sitting. They are. I'm waiting to kind of push up until our heavies get into position. We have the FCM 50T in E1 right now, heading up just to kind of put some pressure and scout to see if they're going to do a flanking maneuver. So right now I noticed that they have the T69 and a couple other tanks kind of pushing over, and then wham, all of their tanks just appear. So they've spotted our flank, and they're pushing all of their tanks over to guard that flank. This gives me a shot to get some broadsides and some penetrations on every single heavy that they have. Only get a few shots off, but rack up some damage. We're going to go through here and start to push up, kind of see what everything's going, and then the Type 59 backs up. So I don't really want to be out in the open with the Type 59 pointing at my front, and I know that they still have a heavy or 2 sitting back at their base. Right there, my shot goes low, but Type 59 still doesn't move. I'm not sure if he got his engine blown out or tracked or whatnot, but he gets put down right here in about 2 seconds. So I took a 440 damage shot from a T-34, knocks out my track. I quickly repair that so I can get back behind cover in case they have artillery aiming at me. Because at this point, we don't have their entire team spotted. There's still 1 or 2 missing. We noticed that their flank is really pushing hard up into our heavies, so right here I make the decision to go ahead and flank the heavy line to put some pressure on it from the back. T-34 that hit me earlier is right there, but he's moving with the turret pointing the other direction to guard from the FCM 50T and the other heavy pushing down the middle. Right here, take a random shot and miss. No big deal. I'll be reloaded by the time I get in position. Go to take out the T-69, but he gets hit, so I start damaging the IS-3, which is the most imminent threat at this point, pushing and holding our line at that corner so our heavy line can't really push around. Their T-44 notices that I'm back here and comes up to meet me. I take a shot to my front, and I pop a shot into his side. Right here we have someone else put a shot into him. I put one more shot into his front, and someone else finishes him off for 20 damage. This means we can move on to the next target, and that IS-3 with 609 health is still the most imminent threat, so I put a shot into his back end again, but I miss. So sometimes you just get unlucky, but he gets dropped right here, so I get to move on to the IS-3. Luckily I get a track and a fire, and our T-34 finishes him off. And then I get another lucky shot right into the fuel tank, light him on fire on the Indian Panzer, and get that kill. The IS-3 back here is their last remaining heavy on this side. Put a shot into his back flank, hopefully setting him on fire, but don't. Right here my team's calling out for me to track him so that I can get some shots. He stops moving right as I fire, which makes me miss his track. I try and get that quick ram, but it doesn't work. Moves again right as I go to take that shot. I damage his track, but don't get it off. No damage still. But right here, I get one perfectly right into the track ring, blow off his track for a good hit. And our T-69 and Tiger II just start putting shot after shot after shot into him. So he drops, and then they only have the Leve T-34 and Tiger II left. So didn't have any artillery, which is surprising, but you know, God sent at most. So you got to push up here. T-34, you know, lower health, probably about third health left, and then the Leve at 1650, full health, still a good threat to us. But luckily, you know, it's 12-4. Game's pretty much over. Right here, I take a good shot into the T-34, 215 damage. Not that high of a damage roll, but still works. He gets dropped right here, and then I take a lucky shot and penetrate with a non-premium round into the front. And about halfway reloaded when I decide I should probably pop into gold rounds so we can just finish off this Leve pretty fast. It is a very well-angled armor in the front. And with a recent patch of 8.6, it's even more deadly with a great gun on it. So I pop in some gold rounds. I get a really lucky shot without aiming through. Thank you, vertical stabilizer. Right there, I take a big hit from the Leve, and I pop another shot into his front. He has 90 health left, so I just start weaving back and forth right here. And luckily, I take a track hit, but my repair crew gets it up and running pretty quick. And we head on over to finish off that last Tiger II. So we're heading over. The FCM-50T, played by Flash Pointed. He's just kind of been holding them off all game over there, so he couldn't run up our flanks and get back to our artillery and our tank destroyers. So we're pushing up right here. We've got, you know, 5-6 tanks moving in on top of Flash, so that way we can put a couple shots into him. Nick's leading the pack over here in his T-34. He's done great this game. So as you notice, our T-69, I believe that's played by Brightstorm. He's gotten 4 kills this game. But right here, we get a shot put into him, and then I put a shot right into his back end. So and that's the game right there, and we're gonna continue looking at the stats. So let's take a look at those. Alright, so here we're gonna take a look at the stats. We get 84,867 silver from that game. That's just the base silver that we get. And 5,228 research. That is with the daily double. However, that is still an absolute massive research. So, as you can see, we've done a lot of spots and a lot of damage. And we're going to go over to the team score and look at how much damage we actually did in comparison to everyone else. I did 4,738 damage with 2 kills, and Brightstorm was right up there with me with almost 3,000 damage in his T-69, and our team just put out an absolute crap ton of damage. The enemy team was held off to a maximum of 1,600 damage, which unfortunately they couldn't really get that many hits. They were just overwhelmed way too quickly. 1743 base experience, not including the premium bonus. Everyone else did very, very well. We had a lot of people just really play well this game. So let's head on over to the detailed report. I fired 27 shots with 20 direct hits and 19 penetrations for that 4,738 damage. I received 4 hits, and all 4 of them penetrated and did 1,430 damage. Or that's the potential damage I received. Luckily, I didn't take 1,430. I took closer to 1,200 right there. I spotted 7 out of the 15 players and damaged 11 of them. I destroyed 2. Damage upon me spotting was 2618, which is quite a lot. Got lucky there with my great teammates being able to put in some damage and capitalize on my spotting. My total profit for the game as far as silver goes was 52,259, which for this tank is unbelievable. A lot of times you'll go into a game and not make even 10k. Luckily with 8.6 they boosted the amount of silver that you receive by quite a lot. So it's made it a lot better, and it's made it more enjoyable to play the higher tier tanks. So I did receive 2614 base experience, which would have gotten me Ace Tanker. However, in Clan Wars, you do not receive any of the medals or mastery badges. So I was very upset after this game, considering I only had a Mastery Badge First Class, but I believe the next day, which I'll be posting a video, if not today, probably tomorrow, of my Ace Tanker game. So I actually do get my Ace Tanker relatively quickly after this game. But as you can see, I mean, it's just been an overall great game for me. One of the best games I've played in my Pershing. Very high damage, lots of spots, great damage upon spotting, and it's another reason why I absolutely love this tank. So I hope you guys give the American Medium line a shot, and if you have any questions or need any information along the tanks on what I do and how I play it, feel free to ask me or look me up in game. My tag is Elding, so I'm in the Eric clan. So if you want to join the clan, send me a message on YouTube or in game, and I will see